is it not done? And what challenges that we have, especially for nonprofit? And again, some of these challenges, you guys come from probably different verticals as well. Like Mirketa, we work with nonprofit, we work with other clients, and challenges could be common. Uh, uh, and some of them are very specific to nonprofit. Data fragmentation. Now, data fragmentation in a nonprofit, you have so many different sources that you collect data from. You have volunteers, you have staff members that are using their system. Sometimes you're using Excel, sometimes you're using some surveys. And the data comes, and not only it comes in different sources collected by different set of people, but it resides into different scattered systems. Now, that's a pretty unique challenge, especially given the size of these organizations as compared to larger organizations that we work with. Even a small nonprofit will have multiple sources, scattered system that have data that you collect. So that's essentially the number one problem. Number two problem would be data quality integrity. Now, the driver for that is largely manual processes for data management. You have inconsistent way of collecting data. You have inconsistent way of putting data into your system. Integrity and quality, generally speaking, will exist again in other organizations as well. When it comes to nonprofit, the amount of data entry that happens that we have seen in our experience, manual entry across the board, it's largely the contributor for leading to bad quality of data, the integrity of data that you have in your system. You have limited data analyst capabilities. Typically, when an organization grows, you have specific roles around data. You have specific roles around system development. You have data analyst roles who are trained in terms of data analysis, data manipulation, data cleansing. Those either the capabilities don't exist, skill don't exist, or just the capacity doesn't exist in nonprofit. You have data privacy and security issues. Now, the theme is common, but the underlying driver would be, although we are dealing with very sensitive donor data, we don't really have the necessary skills, knowledge, and resources, and even access to the tools that are designed, the cutting-edge tools that are designed for data privacy and security. We don't have people who come with that background that know how to protect sensitive donor data. And again, this is not true for every organization, but thematically, this is true because you don't have the funds, you don't have the resources, funds to allocate the resources and find higher resources that come with that kind of experience for you. You have data integration issues. So we start with the scattered data. What makes it worse is that scattered data remains scattered. So you really don't have one place where you can find connected data. You don't have connection between systems. So when you're pulling information out of systems, it is very siloed. It is incomplete. And that essentially leads into all kind of issues. You have data governance issues. And again, the issue overall is data governance. The underlying cause, again, is going to be just the lack of policies and procedures. And that starts with, where do you start? What is the right way of putting data governance? What is data governance? Now that the knowledge and the experience around that is the driver for this challenge. And lastly, general awareness for data. Now, general awareness for data, by that I mean data literacy. Uh, Nonprofit staff members may lack sufficient data literacy skills needed to effectively work with data. Uh, you know, how do I manipulate data? Should I capture this data? Should we hide this data through permissions for other people who don't need it? Now, those kind of things come from general literacy, which if you're working for a large bank, for example, or a large hospitals, folks are specifically trained, how to manage data. And that may not be the case a lot of times with the nonprofit organizations. So that's essentially the challenges and the underlying causes, what causes those challenges.